Cheyenne's Sun Dance Dancers, circa 1900s, Montana, by Edward S. Curtis. Tombstone, Arizona, 1881. The Kinkin Restaurant, Tombstone, 1880. Bat Masterson, age 23, and Wyatt Earp, age 28, in Ford County, Kansas, 1876. Billy Brooks, gunfighter and lawman in Kansas, met his end in 1874, when he was hung for horse thievery. Photo circa 1872. Death Valley, in the 1870, 20-mule team wagons began hauling Borks across the Great Basin Desert to the nearest railroad. Prospector Archie Smith on the porch of his cabin, Eagle Creek, Murray, Idaho, 1889. Known as Squirrel Tooth Alice, she was a dance hall girl in Dodge City and other Wild West towns in the 1870s, later becoming a famous brothel madam in Sweetwater, Texas. Buffalo soldiers guard a Concord stagecoach, 1869. OK Corral in Tombstone, Arizona, after a fire in 1882. Undated photo of Oglala Lakota Chief Irontail with Black Diamond the bison. Ham Bell's Varieties, Dodge City, 1870. Trick shooter and entertainer Lillian Smith, Geronimo, and others, August 3, 1901, Buffalo, New York. Two Absolute on horseback outside of a teepee in a snow-covered forest in Montana, 1908. Bat Masterson, 1900 to 1910. Wyatt Earp, taken later in life in San Francisco, 1926. Billy the Kid, 1880. Open Range Branding, Montana, circa 1900, Charles E. Morris Collection, Montana History Portal. Two common methods of hauling water in Old Mexico and southwestern United States. Texas, 1905. Paiute Group, near Cedar, Utah, 1872. A rider fills his keg from a desert well 30 miles north of Palomas, Arizona. His horse refreshes himself nearby. 1907. Crapper Jack Saloon, Cripple Creek, Colorado, circa 1895 to 1899. Main Street, Bannack, Montana Territory, circa 1865. Unidentified photographer, courtesy of Montana Historical Society Library and Archives, Montana State Library History Portal. Tombstone, 1880. The Arizona Club, circa 1907, was one of the first permanent buildings in Las Vegas, Nevada. The intersection of 2nd and Main Street in Taylor, Texas, 1883. On the right corner is the First National Bank, which would later become Taylor National Bank. Miles City, Montana, 1881. The coming of the Northern Pacific Railroad in 1881 predetermined that Miles City should become, and still is, a leading cattle market. Outlaw Bill Longley, C. Point, 1878. Longley boasted that he'd killed 32 men in gunfights. In reality, Longley killed a fraction of that number, and most of his victims were murdered. Virgil Earp, 1890 to 1905. Jesse Evans, and possibly Samantha Fallon. Jesse was a notable figure in the Old West, particularly known for his association with Billy the Kid. Evans had a reputation as a skilled gunfighter and was involved in various incidents during his time, including with both lawmen and rival gangs. Tom Horn braiding a rope in the Laramie County Jail office in Cheyenne, 1902. George W. Titsworth, circa 1909, Colorado lawman. Geronimo departing for Florida from Fort Bowie, Arizona, 1895. December 16, 1872, was the premiere of The Scouts of the Prairie, the first stage western, starring Buffalo Bill Cody and Texas Jack Omohundro. Well-heeled and well-armed Private Frank L. Schmid joined the Texas Rangers in 1886 and was in Ranger Company D when he was shot in the line of duty on August 16, 1889. Unfortunately, he never fully recovered and died from complications from his wounds on June 17, 1893. Two Navajo on horseback near the base of Shiprock in New Mexico, 1914. Shown here in this undated photo from his buffalo hunting days, Bill Tillman, at left, was approached by Bat Masterson to serve as a deputy sheriff from 1878, a job he served admirably until 1884, which earned him the respect to work in various law enforcement jobs for the rest of his life. Charles A. Siringo was a cowboy, Pinkerton detective, and author, sitting with Cane and Gun, 1900. Cowboys on the Ox Ranch in 1886, roughly 1 year before the city of Childress would be established in this same area. The Ox Ranch was fairly large and spanned parts of Childress, Hardeman, and Cottle counties. Quanah Parker, 1890. Big Mike Goldwater standing, gets ready to go on a picnic with friends in Prescott, 1880. (1870), Herman Lawmen, a German immigrant, was captured by Apaches. He fully embraced their culture and became a warrior. After 9 years of raiding with both Apaches and Comanches, he was reunited with his family, but struggled to reintegrate into white society. Photo circa 1901 to 1932. Frederick Wadsworth Loring, with his mule, Evil Merodach, taken about 48 hours before the Wickenburg Massacre and his own unfortunate death. 1871. Jesse James' mother Zerelda, 1882. Dodge City's Front Street, circa 1880, with a sign proclaiming, "The carrying of firearms strictly prohibited. Try prickly ash bitters." The Scout in Winter, an Apsaroke Crow tribe, man on horseback, on snow-covered ground, probably in Pryor Mountains, Montana, 1908. Theodore Roosevelt and John Muir on Glacier Point, Yosemite Valley, California, 1903. William F. Buffalo Bill Cody demonstrates buffalo hunting for the audience at his Wild West show, circa 1905. Climbing Pikes Peak, Colorado in winter, rounding Windy Point, 1890. Native American, Paiute men, women, and children pose in rows under a tree near Cottonwood Springs, Washoe County, Nevada, in 1875.